Salty Sweet Games, where we shenanigan, sob, and smooch our way through tabletop role-playing games. Hello, thank you everyone for that wild hype train before we even got started! I'm one of your hosts, Salty.
And I'm Sweet.
And these various assorted spices are our friends. Thank you again, Undead Ooze. Oh my gosh.
Welcome Undead Ooze? What the heck?
Welcome in, Initiative Leap. Welcome in, everybody who is here and getting hype AF.
Let's get that hype emotes going in chat. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for our 50th episode.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is just wild. I can't. This is indeed our 50th episode. I said I was salty. Kienna, did you say you were sweet?
Yes, I think I did.
Oh, good. We're on track. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Pulp Cthulhu campaign that we have been running for 1 year, 50 episodes. Wow. Thank you for those bits. Before we go around and meet everyone and they tell us who they're playing, how their characters are feeling, we have some channel shout outs. The first person I'm going to thank is just chat. Hello, chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. The hype, it is going across my screen. It is everywhere. There's confetti. Thank you all so much. So thank you, chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subbing. Just watching, gifting subs, all that stuff. We appreciate all of it so very much. And I think as thank you, I will give the investigators 2 advantages each. Yes, I know they've been running low, but that hype was so much, it got me hyped for them to survive for another 50 episodes, maybe. We'll see. But also we have to thank Roll20, a virtual tabletop of choice, which unites gamers across any distance with easy-to-use tools that run straight from your web browser for free. We're part of their Spotlight program, which highlights indie TTRPG creators all across the interwebs. They're a great sponsor to work with. We really enjoy it. Okay, other things we should talk about. Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co. We are partners with both of them. We have affiliate links down below in the support panel, as well as discount codes. Those will be coming up in chat. If you like beautiful dice, beautiful dice. And if you like your soaked bean juice, I know I do. You might like something from there. Thank you for that gift, Pat. Yeah, anything you do, like that wild hype train really helps the channel out. Of course, there are the things you can do down below under Affect the Game. You can gift advantages. You can have somebody roll on the Eldritch gift table, which is always very exciting. And you can heal them. They're fine, though. Psst, they're fine. Psst. Whatever. All of this goes to help support the channel, compensate our cast, and let us fund new projects, as well as just maintaining the ones that we have already. Yeah. Help us keep the lights on, help out the PCs. It's always appreciated, but never expected. Thank you so much. Last thing, we here at Salty Sweet Games use safety tools, lines, veils, X and O cards, stars and wishes, and content warnings, because while the characters may be put through hell or kidnapped on a ferry at gunpoint, the players are here to have fun. And they're our priority always. Without further ado, let's meet them. Kienna, who are you playing today?
Yay! I'm Kienna. Like I said, I'm the sweetest channel. My pronouns are she and they. But today I am playing Irene Blackwell. Her pronouns are she and her. She is the forger. Surprise! She's a mom to a.
She's a surprise mom.
She's a surprise mom. She's a mom that, and she's hidden the fact that she has a kid back at home from the rest of her group since we started. So that's great.
1 year ago.
Yeah, so she's put that on the table now, and her ex is in Hong Kong. Also the father of her child.
Hey.
He doesn't know that they had a kid.
Hey.
It's complicated.
Sure. Sounds real. Let's go over to Allie. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning. Happy 50th, everybody. It's Allie. I play Ganymede Graves, adventure scientist. And contrary to what our benevolent and kind keeper and my girlfriend Lauren just said, we are not okay. We're not okay. Like, it's still been less than 24 hours since we last got the crap beat out of us, as I recall. I'm at like 17 out of 24 hit points. Do I sound like I'm whining? I feel like I'm whining a little bit, but I'm not okay.
A little bit.
Okay, I'll stop. I'm done.
You're
awesome.
Fine. Oh my gosh, Pat! Eldritch gifts for all! Happy 50th! Yay!
Oh my God,
Pat! Good. Let's go down to Summer.
Hi, it's me, Summer. I use she, her pronouns, and today, on this 50th episode, somehow for the 50th time, I'm still playing the one and only Charlie in Charge rap. Charlie is just a simple man with simple desires and a simple life. Also, he's rich and hot and he can talk to ghosts. And yeah, like, I feel like we totally have a full, firm grip on the situation at hand. I feel totally prepared to handle what is coming our way.
Good.
And I'm very excited for this 50th episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the support. I'm literally so hyped now. Oh my God. Not that I wasn't before, but choo choo.
Choo indeed. And last but not least, Tommy.
Oh my God. I also can't believe that my character's still alive to the 50th episode. I'm super excited. Hello, hi, I'm Tommy, he, him, and I play Zebulon, Augustine, Claiborne, Montgomery, apparently. Montgomery the third, according to my typo in Zoom. Montgomery the third. He somehow still alive. Better for the experience. Cannot wait to get his hands on another an Apache revolver, which is brass knuckles and a tiny revolver. It's gonna be great.
Yep, it's coming.
You can't wait. But no, I'm super excited, and yeah.
Excellent. All right. If you're just joining us, here's a brief recap of the last year. The investigators came together over the murder of their good friend Jackson Elias, who was investigating the infamous Carlisle expedition, the members of which were all formerly presumed dead. That led him, and now you all, to a conspiracy involving various death cults around the world. Many names, many forms, but all the same and to one end. You theorize that these cults are amassing in specific locations around the globe and working together to build a machine of some sort, though the particulars and the purpose are still unknown to you. In Shanghai, you know the cult in question is called the Order of the Bloated Woman, and that Jack Brady, a member of the Carlisle expedition, is somewhere in the city and in danger. To be more specific, last time, Zeb had a friendly conversation with Madame Swallow while nestled between her two white gorillas. And in that conversation, she shared information about Ho Fang and her interest in Jack Brady. Apparently, he stole a scroll from her collection. She also generously returned the things her hirelings had stolen from the group's guest house, except for a picture of a child with the name Anna on the back. Irene later confessed that the girl was her daughter, and that Victor was the child's father. The group decided the party had run its course, and they headed to the Jade Lily Foundry, where Ganymede's old friend gave them more insight into the blueprints they'd taken from Henson Manufactory in England. Ganymede and Irene also decoded the first page of Anthony's notebook, which said, "If I am captured by agents of the Faceless God, alert the League," followed by a list of initials, some familiar, some not. It also contained impressions of the investigators. Rapp may be compromised. Blackwell, Green Gang ties. Montgomery, skilled actor or really like that. And didn't Agatha mention seeing the graves? As the group headed home in the dead of night, they were surrounded by armed people in workers' clothes and escorted to a ferry where the head of New China's firm Action Wing, Chu Min, said, "I hear you're looking for Jack Brady." So, it's the wee hours of the morning on Thursday, May 14th, 8 days before the new moon, when you arrive. Next to a conveniently noisy foundry. The warehouse you're led to is apparently boarded up and empty. You're led around the back in groups of 3 with some of your escorts. And there is a stoutly padlocked rear door which Chu Min opens. And you've met Agatha, you dorks. Well, one of you has. There is a standing guard of 2 members watching the entrance from the doorways of the surrounding empty buildings, which you spot because there's a bit of a signal back and forth between your escorts and the guards. And you are brought inside. The first thing that you notice is how many guns are in here. Wow! Along with plenty of rifles, submachine guns, and handguns, there are cases of grenades, mortar, shells, and a ton of dynamite. You are led to kind of the base of the stairs where the escort stops. And Chu Min, as he has identified himself, stands at the base of the stairs and looks at all of you. A few questions. Why were you at Madame Swallow's tonight?
Zeb?
Well, the very lovely lady invited us around her place. Well, invited me, I guess, and brought everyone else with me. But if you're asking why we went, then...
He does seem to be asking that.
I mean, I hear she's someone with a lot of information around here.
Why is there a Japanese Imperial Navy captain following you?
There are a lot of people following us.
We have noticed.
I actually don't know the answer to that one.
I also know less. I mean, I think we got along at the, or someone got along at the bar with him. I think. I don't know. We've met some weird people here, and
You're going to have to start being honest with me pretty quickly.
That, on my part, that's the truth. Maybe Ganymede, do you have any insight into this naval officer that you'd like to share?
Not really. We spoke briefly. But precisely what his interests are here, I don't know. We're not affiliated with him in any way, if that's what you're asking.
All right, let's put this out here, because I get the feeling that you think we're here for most likely much more nefarious reasons than we actually are. We're, I guess, investigators, I guess, at this point, following up on a story a friend of, recently, well, not recently anymore, I guess, but, a friend that passed away last year. And, this is where the story's taken us. And, that is the swear on my heart, God honest truth.
What was this friend's name?
Was Charlie gonna say something?
Yeah.
We both kind of did the
we're like,
intake at the same time.
Jackson Elias. A really good man.
Ladies, lift up your arms, please. Gentlemen, take off your shirts.
Oh, this shit again. Okay. Starts taking off his shirt.
Well, I mean, that's just a little,
I just do
would
it, Seb.
say, well, I mean, I'm just saying that is just a little bit,
You got something to hide?
no.
We're doing fancy clothes.
Well, yeah, when you say that, it's like all the eyes of all the guys in here are like on Zeb.
Poke every button that Zeb
takes off his
has.
shirt, like throws it down. He's just in his suspenders at this point. Look, see, nothing. All right, but I mean, it was just a little. You could have been a little bit nicer about, all that. Please goes a long way.
He says nothing to
We're
that.
hostages. Like,
That doesn't matter to that.
please goes a long way.
He asks, what do you know of the Pale Viper?
Out of character. What do we know anything about the Pale Viper?
You found a letter in Miser House addressed to the Pale Viper.
Great. I know where I can find that.
In the Roll20.
Yeah, no, I know.
You can
I said I
store
know
so
where I
much
can.
In the Roll20. Did you know that about Roll20? You can upload so many things.
Roll20 is wild.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we found this. Me and Irene found this, right? In the weird room.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Blackwell and I actually found a letter addressed to the Pale Viper. It didn't give us too much insight into who they are or what they are, but we're at least familiar with the name. It seems that they're tied up in the death of Jackson Elias.
Why are you looking for Jack Brady?
Well, I mean, he's the last thing that Mr. Jackson was investigating was the Carlisle expedition. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Mr. Brady is apparently, as far as we know, the last surviving member of that. We were hoping to gain some insight into what may have happened.
The last surviving member who got out.
And he seems to be a thorn in the side of these various cults and organizations, and, well, we'd like to think we are as well. Blink, blink.
And this is all for a story. He's looking at Zeb.
I mean, to a point, yes. It's also to, uh, fulfill the final wishes of a really good friend and mentor.
He looks to Charlie, as if expecting an answer to the same question.
Through, I mean, everything that Zeb said is true. We were following up on this because it was tied to the death of a friend of all of ours. But along the way, we have uncovered some information that points to this being a global event.
He nods and then looks at you, Irene.
Great. We don't promise to come here as perfect friends, but we are looking for at least information and hopefully allies and understanding of what we're doing.
To what end? And he looks at Ganymede.
To the foiling of whatever plot it is that these cultists have devised.
He nods again. Follow me. And he begins walking up these rickety stairs to an office. There are windows, but the shades are drawn.
Irene just looks at the others. I hope that we gave the right answers.
I think we're about to find out.
Oh, as you start to follow, you all feel hands on your shoulders. A couple of things are said, but Chumin says, weapons stay down here.
Charlie will give up his gun. Poor Ganymede.
Ganymede turns around so that she's looking directly at this person and says, "Why?"
Are you asking Min?
Yeah.
Safety. In warehouse full of explosives.
Well, if that's the case, I feel much safer holding on to mine. Thank you.
Then you may not come up.
She reaches back behind her neck and between her shoulder blades and begins to draw out the her weapon gingerly.
Mm-hmm.
And as she does, she said, "So, safety then, just not ours." All right.
Irene, do you hand over your gun?
Am I pretty sure that they know I have a gun?
They seem to suspect you as much as anybody else of having a gun.
Right, okay.
They they probably wouldn't be very impressed if you didn't have one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it over.
Okay. And Zeb.
I mean, the only weapons I'm carrying around are, just, so he wakes his arm. And unless you're willing to take off my arms, can't really give them up.
Oh my god.
There's some back and forth in Shanghainese and a couple of laughs. You don't have your cricket bat? Did you leave it at the guest house?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't
You
think
didn't bring
you brought it
anything.
to the party.
To the party.
Yeah, I didn't think you had. Great.
I just have it. I'm walking with a limp because there's just one down the side of it.
Straight leg.
Very well concealed. Great. So, you are brought up. You can follow Chumin now. Who opens the door into the office and closes it behind him. So you have a moment on the landing. There are still other members of this firm action below watching you, but you have a moment if you'd like to talk to each other.
Yeah. Game plan. Okay, so if we're about to meet Jack Brady, I think that we all need to get on the same level of our approach and what we want to say. And what we want to know. I don't know how much time we'll have with him. I think honesty is probably the best policy here. Jack has information that we've been waiting for months. And I don't want to throw away the opportunity to talk to him.
Think
And-
that we,
Oh, no.
Go ahead, Miss Blackwell. You first.
It seems he's been involved in some interesting situations here, not just the stealing of items or the situation with his unsure how to companion of his companion, but also the whole as if the flames were chasing him in that fire that happened. I have a feeling that we're likely going to be able to be open about the more unbelievable aspects of our journey. But we should at least see what his base level of knowledge and belief is when it comes to these things.
My gut feeling is that whatever happened with the Carlisle edition, or I think expedition, it probably would incline him to believe what we've been looking into. I mean, whatever happened on that trip, I mean, I don't buy that it was just totally normal events that led to the death, right?
Would be helpful to know what his intentions are, if he's willing to share them.
And,
But one way or the other, I'm not opposed to telling him what we know.
and we should probably find out a bit more about this Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh. I mean, what's their... We've picked up bits and pieces here, and we're starting to get, I don't know, the most basic outline of maybe what they're interested in, but I think we still have no idea what their end goal is, what their involvement in the Carlisle expedition exactly was. And I think any information you could give us on that would be really helpful to deal with the more human element of all this.
I've got to say, I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of sharing to get anything back. We might get what we give, So I think we should be prepared. This is a man who is on the run from literally everyone. We need to be prepared for him to be cagey or even hostile. But we've come a long way and we didn't come for nothing.
Well, we have nothing to lose except
That's
our
very
lives
true.
and safety and security of the world, I suppose. But
Yet if we can bargain into any of that, the thing he stole from Madame Swallow,
Getting it back, you
getting
mean?
it back would be, if we could do that. Be good to have that little, insurance ticket in our pockets.
I think it will fully depend on what he took it for. If he still has it. Well, good luck to us.
Yep. So, the door opens. Chumin is in it, but then he steps back, pulling it open wider, and leaning on a desk, smoking a cigarette and looking fine as hell, is one Jack Brass Brady. I want you to picture Robert Beltran, aka Commander Chakotay from Star Trek Voyager. Bicon. So he takes a drag on the cigarette and looks out at all of you. Chew gestures for you to come in.
Alright. That means Zeb will go in.
Going in.
You recognize him from the photograph in the newspaper, from one of the clippings about the Carlisle expedition. He is older now, obviously a bit weather-worn. I hear you've been looking for me. I'm Jack Brady.
I think we're not the only ones. Charles Rapp. And he'll go forward to shake his hand.
Yeah, he'll shake. He kind of smiles.
Ganymede will follow with her hand. Lieutenant Ganymede Graves.
Zeb will go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zebulon Augustine Claiborne Montgomery III.
Nice grip.
I'm gonna guess he has a pretty good grip as well.
Yeah, it's a sexy, strong, warm grip.
You as well. We just stand there for like
Yeah.
we stand there for like a minute.
The romance.
Yeah.
Just a little too long.
Yeah, just a little too long.
Irene Blackwell.
So, I'm guessing you've figured out we're all in a lot of trouble. The more I learn about the situation, frankly, the scareder I get. Here you know Jackson Elias?
We did.
Yeah, we knew him.
Spilled the beans to him last year. I thought maybe the right people would read his book, figure out how to stop all this. But I read about his death in the Courier back in January. Sorry he ended up like that.
Us too. But that's what you get looking into this shit.
Cult plays
We-
for keeps.
It was still with him when we found him.
Which ones?
The, is it the bloody tongue?
He nods. Min starts pouring just like, I don't know, straight whiskey, something like that for everybody. I want to apologize for the manner of your invitation here, but can't be too careful in Shanghai.
No worries. From what we've gathered, it makes sense that you would take precautions.
Before we go any further, I'll give y'all the same warning I gave to Mr. Elias. Once you know, there's no going back.
Well, I believe that in whatever great puzzle this is, we have many pieces. We just haven't been given the picture yet. That is to say, I think we're in pretty deep.
Have you lost anyone yet?
Close, but not yet. Other than, Jackson.
When it happens, that'll... Well, it always changes things, I guess. Whether you're hunting down cults or serving your time. And it's unclear what his meaning of that last phrase is. So, shall we proceed?
Let us proceed then.
Right from the start, I knew Carlisle's little witch was trouble. Moweru was her real name. I don't remember what fake name she used in front of Erica. Erica Carlisle. This woman was as tough and sly as they come, and she had Roger wrapped around her little finger. More he hung around her, more crazy dreams he had. Later on, he had these weird, intricate tattoos on his chest. He tried to hide them, but when I called him on it, he said she must have given them to him. Like he didn't remember. But I liked the guy and I owed him a lot, so when he said he wanted to go to Egypt, of course I said yes. And the mention of tattoos on the chest may remind you of...
A nasty, sweaty man. Yeah, I'm remembering.
It was okay at first. The trip to London with Patty and that psychologist was fun enough. We did some sightseeing and touristy stuff, but then Roger spent most of his time with Sir Aubrey at the Penhew Foundation, poring over some stuff from this guy Najjar in Egypt, a black bust he'd stare at for hours, and there was a map, too. He'd study that thing the way a regular fellow would check out a beautiful pair of legs. He's looking at one of you. Could be anyone.
It's
Could be
Zeb's
anyone.
legs, right? Zeb has great legs.
Yeah, it is. And feel free to interrupt me anytime you have questions, but I'll just keep going.
A map of what?
Someplace in Egypt. But we ended up going there, so... but first we stopped in Cairo, and Moweru disappeared, and Roger's dreams got worse. The doc, Sir Aubrey, and Patty started having him too. And he takes another long drag as he thinks for a moment, and you can see him musing over how exactly he's going to say this, but then he just kind of comes out with it. Roger said we could meet a god if we just destroyed the eye and opened the path. Well, I had no idea what that meant. I do now. But at the time, I didn't have much choice but to follow, and I wanted to keep him safe. We climbed this pyramid, the red pyramid at Dasher. Any of you folks ever climb a pyramid? Fucking steep.
Yeah.
I think we have, yeah.
We went up a step pyramid. A little different, I assume.
He might be a little impressed now. We got to the top. It's flat up there. Roger pulled out some clothes from his bag, like robes, and just started making these noises. I had no idea what was going on, but the others started doing it too. I thought they'd all cracked. But then there was an explosion and this gaping hole in the stone. But everyone was okay. Roger was laughing. It's gone, Jack. Now we can be gods. Yeah. I ended up finding pieces of what was up there a few days later, but it's no good now. And he takes a swig of the whiskey at this point. Everything was different after that. They gave me the slip. I still don't know exactly where they went, but the workers at our dig said the pyramid had eaten them. But they came back. And when they did, they said they'd been to the real Egypt. And they were all speaking some lingo I didn't understand. One night when they thought I was asleep, they were singing, chanting, I don't know, but these things appeared like huge bats. And they killed and ate the dig workers. And Roger and all of them just laughed. There was no way I was going to get out of there, so I just pretended to sleep. Again, pause for whiskey.
Irene has taken out her notebook, and she is drawing whatever the fuck those things are that we
yes, the
dealt with.
hunting horrors.
Yeah,
I was about to say, have we've seen stuff like that?
Oh yes. Well, I thought had past time to leave, but I wanted to get Roger out. Patty too, Hypatia, I mean. She started getting real sick. And then Penhue just looked younger and younger every day that went by. He kept saying we'd been chosen by the god and we'll rule with him once we opened the way. So, shortly after we got to Nairobi in Kenya, they all wanted to go someplace out in the desert, and I figured old Jack Brady wouldn't survive that little excursion. This would be my last shot. I drugged Roger, took his cash box, and hopped on a freight train to Mombasa with him. When I read the newspapers later, I knew I made the right call.
You said you managed to get Roger out?
He nods.
And so he's still alive somewhere.
He nods. I ain't telling you where, though. Man's been through enough, and... well, I got Roger almost all the way here. I was a Marine in Shanghai years back. I have a lot of friends in these parts. He started remembering what he'd done, though. Would end badly, I think, if any of these fucking cultists find him, though I do think he served his purpose for him. I thought maybe getting Roger out of there with the rest supposedly dead would have stopped it all. And then I saw Sir Aubrey Penhew preening on the deck of that fucking yacht in the harbor. He leans back on the desk. We here, and he gestures kind of at the warehouse and at 2 men, have information where they are and at least the outline of what they're doing. And we have a plan, at least the basics of one, to stop it here in Shanghai and maybe at the other sites. But I don't know you well. I don't know if you'll do what's necessary, no matter what it costs you. You've lost Mr. Elias, like you've said, but
Zeb's just gonna once again open, because he's probably still got scars from the dealing with the lizard folk.
Oh sure, yeah.
And he just sort of like takes his shirt, like he unbuttons his shirt a little bit and like pulls it aside, and it's probably like one of those, like, it's probably got real gnarled up.
Yeah.
Sort of in there. It's like, I mean, this was a strange lizard thing. Just about took off my head. We've been through a lot, and we've seen a lot, and well, I mean, did we get Penhew did we get that investigation to go through? I'm trying to remember, in England on Penhew.
On Sir Aubrey?
On Sir Aubrey, on the Penhew Foundation.
The Penhew Foundation, as far as you know, is legit. I mean, besides besides the basement. And I remember Charlie had asked, using his divination, if Sir Aubrey was alive, and the answer was yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there was anything other than that.
All right, but yeah, so he says, we've been around the Penhew Foundation up in England, and we saw what was being kept beneath those floors, I guess.
Alright, you've seen some shit. I've seen some shit. But I'm pretty damn sure it's gonna cost you something to fix this, to finish it. And I don't know if you're controlled or you're certainly watched. You could be bought off or worshippers yourself, even if you're not. Even if you just decide to throw in the towel at the 10-yard line, that'll be bad enough. You'll have damned us all.
You said you have lost someone. May I ask their name?
It was Roger. Whatever's left of him. The man I knew and the man I loved is long gone from here.
So whatever's left of Roger, it's not the person you knew. Listen, I'll just be frank with you. We want to work with you we want to show you that we're on your side. And I'm sure that you could think of a way for us to prove it, but I want to give you a gesture of goodwill, and I can speak to the dead.
He takes another long drag on a cigarette. I think the expression on Chu Min's face is like, okay. All right. Well, what I'm hoping, if you're all committed to this, is that you'll be able to find someone for me before she dies.
You're talking about Troy Mailing?
He nods. I'm not sure where she's being held, but I have a pretty good guess as to who took her and why. Y'all know who Ho Fang is?
We've been made aware.
Good, at least on the research portion, y'all are doing very well for yourselves. I think he knows what I took from Madame Swallow. More importantly, he knows why I took it, but he cannot find out who I took it to. If I had to guess, he's probably torturing Mei Ling to get my location out of her, poor kid. She doesn't know where I've been staying. But she knows about my man Min here, and that's enough for those types to catch my scent. If you could find her, free her, well, I'd certainly be grateful. Min and I would know you're committed enough to help us bring these motherfuckers down. And, well, I think we'd certainly have a fighting chance.
What is it that you took from Madame Swallow, Mr. Brady?
Ooh, somebody make some kind of social check.
Not me.
Nose goes.
I've
It could be
been-
appearance if you want.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
do
willing to
that.
Persuade, but if other people want to go ahead.
Success.
Hey,
How about,
nice.
How about an extreme appearance
Yeah.
success?
No, this is going well. This is going well.
I am in a hot dress after all.
You are. It's true. You all look great. You're all
We're all
stunning.
dressed up still.
You're all stunning.
We're all stunning when we're grimy and gross.
Yeah,
like
I think
this is
we've probably got that after party look where like when you're walking back and you're just a little disheveled, but in a cool
Yeah.
kind of way.
Totally.
in a really cool kind of
The
way.
sun is starting to come up. Everybody's like backlit by it. Okay.
Look awesome.
The last thing I'll say on it for now is it's called The 7 Cryptical Books of Hassan.
Can I make an archaeology check?
Let me see what would be most
checks,
appropriate. We love
because
checks.
I love books.
I know. We all
too.
love books.
I love touching them. I love reading them.
Books are great.
I love having them.
Oh, where are you? That's artifacts. I don't need no stinking artifacts. I need, okay.
Occult?
Huh. Trying to see what I want. I would take archaeology or occult. Hey, nice. Got an extreme archaeology success for Ganny, regular occult success for Charles.
Allie with the spicy rolls.
The dice
Yes.
love me today.
I think maybe in one of your other books you have seen reference to this, Charles, but that's really it. So you assume that that is relevant. With the extreme archaeology, though, I think Ganymede, especially you've been here before, right?
To Shanghai, yes.
Yes. So, things that come to you, 2nd century. You know there's some disagreement about the author, whether it was in fact written by Hassan the Greater or was by somebody else. What else is something that you might know? You know it's probably in scroll form. Basically, when they say the 7 books, it means it's a single large classical scroll organized into 7 books. I'm trying to think if there's anything else you might know.
Were they like just lost to history? Or were they somewhere and
they were in Madame Lin's collection.
Yeah.
But before that, I don't think there's much information. I think it's probably writing about them as opposed to, like, they're here. I think what you would know is that anything that old, likely needs to be translated. Like, even people who just read, like, any of the languages, any of the dialects rather, Shanghainese, Cantonese, like, it's not casual reading. It's like reading something in your language, but that is so archaic that it would require a translator.
Yeah.
So that is what you know.
Are the books connected to all of this then, Mr. Brady?
He just smokes.
And you have access to one of the handful of people alive today who could translate that script.
Smokes.
I just look at the others, maybe just a little bit frustrated with him, but none.
But he's so sexy.
But he's
he's so sexy you can be mad.
Incredibly sexy.
You're like, okay, I get it.
I mean, there are lots
bastard.
of kinds of frustration, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So you want us to get your friend Mei Ling free from Ho Fang.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can do that, we can have a more in-depth conversation, and maybe you could answer a few more of our questions.
He nods.
Could you answer just one question before we agree to that?
Depends on the question.
What do you know about the creatures in the water?
I think he stands up and kind of walks over to y'all, looks down at what Irene's been drawing. So you've seen these things, yeah?
Come face to face with them.
The cult here, the Order of the Bloated Woman, has been sending all kinds of things after me. But, those are the ones I still have nightmares about, and he points at your drawing. The things here in the water, I haven't seen up close. Too busy getting away from them. But they're in the shape of people, but they can breathe underwater. And they're extraordinarily fast swimmers. There's I would assume they're stationed out at the cult's base.
Can they breathe out of the water?
He nods.
How often have they come onto land?
They're usually only here on the mainland when that prick Sir Aubrey's here. Come in with his boat.
When was the last time he showed his face here?
A couple days ago.
Yeah, Charlie's because that kid saw a yacht pull into the yeah. And he's still here, right?
I doubt he's on the mainland right now. He only comes in if there's something he wants particularly to watch over from Ho Fang.
Out of character, is the base the warehouse or is it the fortress that we were like told about? Do we know?
No, you don't know.
Okay.
And it may be neither.
Yeah, okay. So, if you can point us in the direction of where you believe Mei Ling is, we'll get her for you.
Well, she'll either be at Ho Fang's warehouse or at his home. Have some people watching the harbor, and if she had been taken onto a boat, they would have seen it. If she's not on the mainland, then, well, I don't have much hope of seeing her again.
Lauren.
Yeah!
Oh man. How would you feel about a complication being thrown into this scene? Say, I don't know, a police raid?
You want a police raid?
what I want to use my my thing for.
Okay.
Here?
Yeah.
Just a
Okay.
minor detail.
For what?
Okay.
Just a minor detail.
Okay, sure.
For who?
Sure. Okay. Great. I love it.
If you're cool with that.
I love it. Let's do it. Okay. So, below you hear some kind of commotion. You hear raised voices from outside speaking language, obviously a dialect that you don't understand, probably Shanghainese. Yeah, you start to hear movement from downstairs, and Chumin goes out of the office to talk to the men and women below. Jack stands up and is saying, well, that's my cue. And he starts to go further in, like, there's another door in the office that probably leads to more rooms. What are you all doing?
Zeb's gonna grab his arm.
Uh-huh.
Well, what's going on?
Probably a police raid. Well, you had a lot of people following you, according to my man Min. So, could have been the captain, could have been someone from the Green Gang. They want us interrupted, or they want the Fermies down there. Either way, it's not good for me to stay.
Nor for us. You'll understand if we retrieve our weapons.
He nods. I think he, like, puts a jacket on.
Can we get out of here without... Is there a way out of here? Like a back entrance?
That's where I'm going.
Well then, you mind taking us with you? And I promise we will get you your friend.
It's like, if you're coming, come on.
Ganymede, you think you can grab your stuff?
I'm already moving.
Yeah. I think as you come down, Min is barking orders, and I mean there's movement to like hide things as like voices raise outside of the door that you came through. As you're coming down, I think Min will kind of gesture to where your stuff is. It's not like hidden away or taken or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you can start moving. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're going to be dealing with that. And up. Back in. And Jack is... Where's he gonna go? Yeah, I think he's opening a window in one of the back rooms. He like looks around and there don't seem to be any... Well, how much luck you got, Jack?
He's got to have a lot to have made it this far, right?
Well, you'd think that. You'd think
he sounds
that.
like a lucky guy to me.
Yeah, he certainly sounds like a still alive guy, which is always exciting.
That just means he's used a lot of luck, I'm
Right,
afraid.
exactly. Where? Oh no, why does he have so much luck? Hard success.
I called it.
So he looks down. We're good on this side. And he swings his leg out of the window and begins climbing down probably like a drain pipe. And he's fast and he's strong.
Oh, we are going out the window. Oh, there's no other secret way out of here.
He's moving. He's not responding to you.
Zeb's gonna look at the others.
Let's go.
Okay.
Off we go, I guess. This is
Yep.
fine.
I don't think I've used a climb check so far in 50 episodes of
Do you
this game.
want to?
Zeb did once, right?
Oh yeah,
Zeb-
when he
yeah,
almost
Zeb
got
did.
hit by the subway.
No, there's that, and then
Well,
I
and climbing the
think-
window,
and climbing the
right?
window to
Oh yes.
Eloise's.
Yeah.
Yes. So
We
yeah,
love to
go,
see it.
go ahead and make some climb checks. That sounds fun.
No time to get better at climbing like the present.
We do
Hey,
have advantages.
Okay, success for Ganymede. Failure for Charles.
Not surprised.
Boy, my climb is not great.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ever made that climb check successful.
Failure for Irene. What about you,
Oh
Zeb?
boy. I'm not gonna use my luck yet. Or I'm not gonna use my advantages yet, so let's see.
And a
Oof.
fail. So, Ganymede, are you first out or last?
Last.
Okay.
Just a
Uh,
pile of bodies.
yeah. So all of you just don't get down very gracefully. Nobody crit failed, so whoops. So you're all gonna take 1 point of damage, except for Ganymede, just getting, just inelegantly climbing down, in your evening wear
Yes.
onto the street, and Jack is headed west, not toward the ferry that brought you over here, though. I think you start to see more of the various Shanghai Municipal Police Force arriving. So let's, I guess let's make some stealth checks. Let's do it.
We're following.
Tommy, if we go to jail,
I love it.
your ass is grass.
I love it.
You cannot, as every DM will tell you, you cannot give me power to declare a detail about a scene and not accept.
Blessed.
Okay, Charles got a hard. Ganymede is a fail.
Use an advantage. Oh my god.
I saw that green pop up and I was like, yes, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think I am also going to use an advantage.
Okay.
But are we following Jack? Is that what we're going to do as a group?
If you like, he's kind of booking it.
I think the last thing we need to know from him is how to get in contact with him once we...
Yeah, that's my
Right?
thing. It's
Yeah.
like, how do we
Yeah.
contact
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so we've kind of evened out.
Luck is a free resource out.
I'm just gonna make a check for who doesn't love a check, you know?
Yeah.
Kinda, I don't know why I want them to succeed. No, we don't want them to succeed. I know what it probably is. Uh-huh. Okay.
Lord! Lord!
So, okay. The oh my gosh, guys. Okay. The raid is continuing, and you do see some of the firm action folks carrying like crates come out of the warehouse entrance is where the police are, like the proper entrance, and there are people coming out of kind of the back area, the back door where you came in, and moving, and they're moving pretty quickly. They might be pursued, but at least some of them will get away. But there are a few police officers who spot you fleeing from the scene and start to give chase. Jack has moved ahead of you at this point and is heading down to the water. And I think, yeah, are you following him?
I think we
have to. We need to know.
Uh-huh.
We need to know how to get in contact.
He'll get in contact with us when he's ready to, right? Maybe we just go a different direction.
We just have his friend, and we're like, you just stay with us until Jack comes to find us somehow.
I mean, information does fly around Shanghai like nobody's
True.
business.
Can I try and catch up?
What's your move?
8.
8.
I think.
8.
Yes, it's 8.
Yeah, you can catch up.
If I
to
book
him.
it?
Yeah, if you book it, like that means there's no like. Out of all of you, Ganymede and Irene were in the most trouble, but if you want to book it and kind of like throw hiding or anything like that aside.
Yeah, I'll just say, I mean, if they're giving chase, like, fuck it, I'm gonna sprint.
Yeah.
Just so I can get to Jack Brady, like, maybe as he's, like, climbing in a boat or something.
Yeah.
As he's, like, getting down to the water. And just, like, Charlie doesn't fucking run out of breath. Charlie's like, Jack, how do we get in contact with you after we get her?
Okay. Then he...
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He just says, the Autumn Morning Tea House. Order tea and sweet cakes. Check the rice paper. And I think he actually dives into the water because that's hot.
Oh my god, that's sexy.
Yeah.
I want to dive in too. Okay.
Can we all dive in?
How's your swim?
Tea house. Tea and rice. Tea and what? Tea and
sweet cakes. Check the rice paper.
Sweet cakes. Okay. Fucking shit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And at this point, yeah, I mean, you're welcome to dive in the water with your guns. Yeah, I didn't think so, Ganymede Graves.
With this custom piece of technology? Absolutely not.
I don't think so. So the SMP officers, there aren't a ton of them. I think there are like 2 who catch up and begin questioning you in Shanghainese, which like, I mean, Irene might have a chance at kind of understanding, but it's like so
It's rapid fire. I'm pretty sure she's very lost.
Yeah. And at this point, because why the hell not? As they start to question you, they have their I don't think they have guns. I think they have like, again,
Blackjacks.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then you hear a voice speaking Shanghainese from somewhere in the shadows, kind of calming, assured, not worried. And emerging under the moonlight is one Victor Gallo.
I knew it!
Speaking to the SMP, smoothing things over. If you would like to make a language check, Irene, you could probably understand him.
Oh boy, Shanghainese is so low on Irene. I'll just do it just because.
Yeah.
But... Holy fuck! Okay.
See? Basically, what he's saying starts off with, "Is there a problem, officers?"
Yeah. Okay.
And they're I'll even give you what they're saying with that. Like, these people, there was a police raid, extremists with arms. They got a tip from a factory worker. And he's like, well, these are Americans. You hear the word for that. He basically like smooths it all over and hands them some money, probably in the form of Mexican silver dollars. And there is at least, when he says his name, which you obviously all understand, he also says Green Gang. And they take the money and they go. Nice night.
I mean, what's a little exercise?
Everyone okay? Charles, you all right there?
Oh, so fun. I can't wait to shoot this guy someday. I'm just dreaming about it. That's where Charlie goes to in his happy place. Yeah, we're doing just fine.
Oh, great. Good. I'm glad. Shanghai jail, I guess it kind of depends which one you go to, but over here they'd probably take you to the old city jail, and it is not pleasant.
You've been there often?
He smiles.
Thank you for stepping in.
Oh, sure.
I was going to mention to them that we had been kidnapped, which I hoped would absolve us of being guilty by association.
And this is when you hear shots start from inside the warehouse.
Great.
So, Ferry? I know the way.
Lead the way.
Yeah, he starts walking off, hands in his pockets, jacket like flowing out behind him.
Yeah.
Breeze through his hair of a warm summer night.
And so, Mr. Gallo, did you just happen to be in the neighborhood where our kidnappers took us, or is there some intention behind that?
Oh, sure. No, actually, I was tasked with a bit of a delivery. I like to keep the people I work with happy, so I offered to take this to you. And out of his jacket pocket as you're walking, he has 2 letters, one with Ganymede's name and one with Charles's name. And a small little pouch tied with a ribbon that he kind of like holds out like this as you're like hustling to the ferry.
Yeah. Charlie takes it and says, how much is it appropriate to tip the delivery boy?
I'm sure we could settle up somehow, Charlie.
I take my letter.
Great.
Same.
The letters are sealed with a swallow stamp, and when you open them, it appears to be an invitation to a private dinner with Madame Lynn. Well, I guess it's technically this evening, since the sun is coming up. And do you open the pouches?
Probably once we're like settled on the ferry.
Yeah.
And once there's like a moment to like actually look at
Yeah.
what it is.
Mhm.
Hell yeah, I want to see what it is.
So Irene and Zeb, I think you notice Victor go up to the driver and again hands him money and is talking to him in Shanghainese, basically telling him to pull off early. And Ganymede and Charles, you open your pouches, and inside are Ganymede. I don't think it necessitates a roll. Very old and beautiful jewelry, lotus flower themed. There is a bracelet in yours and a lapel pin in Charlie's.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah!
Like presents.
Yeah, like presents, like gifts.
I look at it admiringly for a moment, and then I put it on.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It
It's
goes with my
obviously,
dress.
yeah, it's obviously, again, like I said, very old, but well preserved and very valuable.
Can I do something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to use my divination and flip my cards and ask my cards a question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ganymede, what are you doing?
I am engaging Victor in polite conversation.
Oh, sure.
I am going to spend an advantage.
Okay. Ooh.
Shit.
What happens on a
Damn.
failure with divination?
Let me go look. I think I just don't get an answer.
Okay. So what I think happens is as you're doing this, I imagine you either doing it on the railing, which is very thick. Your cards aren't gonna fly off anywhere. But looking down into the water on this slightly moonlit night, but with the lights of the ferry and everything, your reflection is looking back at you. Do you need help with something?
Charlie, I think it's still weird. Yes, Charlie talks to ghosts and has dealt with a lot of weird shit before, but I think it still really throws him off. It's just unsettling to hear a voice that isn't your own.
Yeah.
And he says, okay, goodbye, health.
Oh, are you out of magic points?
Ma'am, I was down to 1. So yes.
Yes. Oh, good. Good.
So 16. Okay. He says, just concerned. Did not expect to be invited back to see Madame Lynn. And I definitely don't feel deserving of a gift.
Oh. Kind of a sympathetic sound. Is there a question you wanted to ask?
I think Charlie is still kind of absently sorting his cards back together.
Yeah.
I think he flips them a lot when he's anxious or nervous or he's constantly shuffling them. I just was hoping to get an answer in regards to this being a trap for myself and Ganymede.
Yeah. Cards are sometimes unreliable. I could find out for you.
Could you?
Mm-hmm.
And how would you do that?
I think your reflection just kind of smiles.
Yeah, Charlie gives like a little shrug and he says, be my guest.
Mm-hmm. And there's the oddest thing, your reflection leaves. It like pulls off of where you see it in the water, like it submerges, and you have no reflection now. But that is when the magic points cross over, and you feel like something has been like pulled from you, like pulling off a band-aid or tape really fast, and your nose starts to bleed. Irene and Zeb, what are you doing?
I don't think I think there was a moment where she was going to, get up and talk to Victor. But Ganymede got there first, and she's kind of settled back down. So by the time that Charlie starts having a bleeding nose, I think she's kind of the first to notice, and quickly grabs a handkerchief and like presses it up to his nose, I think. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What? Did you run that hard to
No, I don't. Really, it's not a big deal. Well, it's not a big deal yet. He kind of just like reaches up and just points, like taps under his gold eye. It's having some side effects.
This late?
Maybe I'm just now noticing.
Right, well, keep an eye on it, I suppose.
I will.
Okay, Ganymede. What are you talking to Victor about?
Casual conversation. I'm good copping here a little bit. So it's how long have you been in Shanghai?
Year now? Well, no, sorry. You, 3 years now.
Well, you've done quite well for yourself then.
Yes, I have.
Now doing just some very powerful circles.
He like shrugs. Yeah, I got my hands in a lot of different pots. I think he looks over your shoulder at this point and clocks Irene and Charlie. Yeah, it's definitely good.
I noticed that. I notice him clocking Irene and Charlie.
Yeah, why not?
As soon as I see him do that, I hook my arm through his arm. And with my other hand, I hold up the invitation and say, did you know what this was?
I guessed.
And this is in the hand that I have this bracelet on now. And so I sort of flip it over my graceful wrist. So it's really quite lovely. It's very old as well. It's my specialty. It's archaeology. So.
Well, Madame Lynn does like beautiful and interesting people. So I have no idea why she invited Charlie. but I get you.
Ganymede laughs at that, but that's definitely faking that. But I'd be a little bit demure, I suppose, about that. Well, that's I suppose I do. I clean up all right, as my grandfather would have said. Yeah, I don't know where to go with this conversation. Super awkward. So will you be joining us for dinner then, Mr. Gallo?
I think I'm busy that night.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Perhaps some other time then. We expect to be in Shanghai for a while.
I think he goes back to kind of looking at Charlie and Irene, who I think have at least like separated a bit at this point.
I think Zeb joins at this point. Well, it's mighty fortunate that you turned up when you did.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I suppose if you're here, question, you familiar with one Ho Fang?
Yeah, I think everybody in Shanghai is.
Now I've heard that you might be a little more familiar than others.
Some of my associates might be a little closer by than he'd like.
Well, what would it take to get someone into Ho Fang's fortress? Or out of? Can work both ways.
The warehouse or his home? Different
I believe
prices.
Madame Paul said that she was at his home, right?
She thought she
Or was it
suspected Ho Fang had her, and she'd either be at the warehouse or the home.
Okay, so I don't know exactly where she is then.
Yeah.
I guess there are different places.
Yeah, those would be two different costs, you know. I mean, one I might do as a favor.
What about finding out where someone's located between those two?
It's possible.
And what's that gonna cost?
Oh, just an answer.
Well,
Does it have to be a true one, Victor?
I think he laughs. Do you still have his arm?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much a stickler for the truth nowadays.
Well, what would you like to know?
Oh, think there's only one person who could answer that question for me. And he reaches into his inner jacket pocket and pulls out a photograph of a baby girl. I want to know who this is. And that's where we're going to end the 50th episode. I feel great. I hope you all feel great too. Let's go around the horn, visit everybody. Let's start with Tommy.
Hello, I both apologize and do not apologize for my actions today.
I loved it. I loved it.
But I love the scenes we got afterwards for it. So
yes.
I think that was a very good use of my eldritch gift.
I loved it.
And that was a great episode. And I hate and love the sort of cliffhanger we're on here. I'm super excited to find out what answer we'll get next week if we get any. I am Tommy at Imperative Penguin on the Twitter sphere. I do tabletop RPG stuff across the interwebs. Again, nothing for me to plug right now. Things are coming up eventually. But otherwise, go follow these amazing people and the projects they're working on because they're all amazing.
Thank you, Dobby. Let's go over to Summer, who's totally fine.
Woo, totally fine. Hi, I'm Summer. You can find me on Twitter at just a summer job. That's where I tweet and retweet about everything that I've got going on. Only thing per usual that I want to promote is we are at the halfway point of Missing Annie Lee. Vanishing came out this past Friday, and the halfway point for Reunion will be this coming Friday. And yesterday we released stunning artwork that we got thanks to everyone's support through our Ko-fi when we were funding Missing Annie Lee. We were able to get that stretch goal because people supported us, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We have retweeted it a million times, so if you go look at Salty Sweet Games or Off the Table, it's there. It's not too late to get in on the Missing Annie Lee hype train, so please go listen, give us a review, all that good stuff. But yeah, happy fucking 50th episode. Woo! What a good one. I love Jack Brady to the end of the earth. I'll die for that man.
Yes.
Yeah, had a great time. Thank you all for the support at the beginning of the episode too.
So sweet. Let's go up to Allie.
Yeah, same here. I mean, this is just everything that there is to love about this game. So much good role play and an awesome lore dump.
Yeah.
We are in this so deep, and I love everything about it. I'm so grateful to all of you for what we've built together, and to all of you who are watching on chat and in YouTube. You make all of this possible, and you make us epic, and I love it. You can find me on Twitter at Allison Robinson with 2 L's and a Y, where I tweet about TTRPGs and robots and space stuff. So if you're into that sort of thing, if you think it's cool, follow me there, and I will follow you. And I know we got 50 more episodes of this in us. I know we do.
Probably.
So
it's likely.
Yeah. So I cannot wait. For the rest.
Wonderful. Kienna, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, here comes consequences for my character backstory. Love this for me.
It only took a year.
It only took a year. It's cool. No, this is great. God. So it's just like, super casual police raid, super casual lore dump, everything. I love every single person being like, "Are you sure?" And we're like, we've been in this real deep for a very long time now. No, we're not backing out now. What? Always fun to keep proving what the investigators are capable of and what they're gonna do. each week. But yeah, you can find me over on Twitter at Kienna S. Best way to forget what I'm doing. Not here on the channel, mostly just here on the channel though. I am the GM for our Burn Bright campaign Against the Stars, which is on Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're getting to about the halfway point of our second season. It's a lot of fun. We've got, if you like cults, there are more cults there.
Cults!
And also gods, but like not like weird eldritch, but more real. It's this, we just have a theme here. This is where we're at. So yeah, so find me over there. And yeah, Lauren, what about you?
Me, I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter, the salty half of this channel. Places to catch me are here and on Wednesday for Burn Bright. And also Missing Annie Lee. Check it out everywhere podcasts can be found. Listen to it. Tell us what you think on Twitter or Discord, wherever. Leave a review if you have Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. But otherwise, I will be back here next Saturday running more Pulp Cthulhu for these fine, fine people. What else is there to say? Oh, yeah, we're going to play some Dead by Daylight on Tuesday at like 3 Pacific, something in there, 4 Pacific, in there somewhere with our friends B, Jess, and Sam from our Burn Bright game, because we want to play the new Killer. It's inspired by K-pop, and we want to play it. So come hang out. We'll be playing some custom games, so if anybody who's in the Discord will probably be in there, so if there's chances to like rotate out and all, and you're free and feel like playing DBD, just at us in that Discord or message us on Twitter, whatever. We do have a Twitter. We also have a YouTube, so if you want to keep up to date with us, check those out. Thank you to our sponsors, Roll20, Dice Envy, and Grinding Coffee Co. for powering the channel. But thank you all, chat, for that wild hype train, for watching and interacting. That is really the best part. It just fills our hearts. But we will see you Wednesday for Burn Bright, and we will see you next week right here for more Masks of Nyarlathotep. So wave bye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.